drink. Hello, everybody. We are so happy that you guys are here. And as we're getting started, I'm going to explain to you guys what I was just explaining to Sam. And it was that my sweet, sweet husband was tired of listening to me complain about our laptop. And so he was like, hey, well, let's get you a computer, which was wonderful. So we get it all set up. And this was like 2 days ago. We get it all set up. And then this morning, I was starting to get it set up for the Sprint. And I realized that it doesn't have a webcam. And I didn't even think to look for one of those, to be honest. And so it's going to be a little weird. It's probably going to look a little funny because my camera, I'm having to use my regular camera. And in order to get me like also on my treadmill, which I had to rearrange the living room so I could actually get my treadmill over here. I'm not going to be looking at you guys a lot, and I'm sorry. It's going to seem super rude, and I'm not trying to be rude, but I can't look at my camera and look down at the monitor and stuff. So I'm really sorry, but I am very happy that you guys are here. I'm excited to see how this goes. I literally have no idea how it's going to really all pan out. So, bear with me. But I can say I am so excited because my sweet friend Sam is here, and it feels like it has been forever since you've been on a sprint with me, like on my own sprint. We've been on others together.
It's been like over a month, well over a month, hasn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
The summer is flying.
Oh, I know. And it's just been a weird summer. Like we've had a lot going on, but I feel like that's just summer for you as it gets crazy, and I was still trying to, I still wanted to do the sprints and things, but then I'm like, well, dang, we're just busy, I'm sorry. My dog is dying for my attention. Jubilee.
Aww.
Oh my goodness. This one right here, that brown one, she's a nuisance. I love her to death, but my goodness, if she isn't the most nuisance of a dog I've ever met. And then Phoenix over there, she's just old. It's so sweet. But anyways, yes, so summer's been crazy, but I'm so happy that you are here, Sam, and that we were able to do this together. I will be doing the walking during the first part of the sprint. And I think, Sam, you're just going to kind of hang out and read and maybe work on some stuff, right?
Yeah, I'm going to try reading because I have less than 100 pages left of just for the summer, and I'm dying to read it. And yeah. Then I also have the audio for Foxglove, which I think I have 6 days left, so I need to get this started too.
Right. Yeah.
But I started organizing my craft room. I'm in my upstairs sewing room, and without making you guys sick, yesterday I organized all my fabric and I color coordinated it and then did it based on so solids, and then I have my Disney character fabric. I have flowers and then other patterns. And it took me all day just to do that.
Yeah. And can I just say that I'm not...
Sorry, what was that?
I was going to say, I'm not shocked that the tallest pile you have is Disney.
Which is crazy because technically you're not supposed to sell that, but I buy it for personal use. Yeah, I buy it for personal use. And then my previous job, I was making sewing files. And every time I made a prototype, my boss wanted me to use Disney fabric. So I was like, I'm going to stock up.
Right. Yep.
I did.
Yep. It makes sense.
So I might organize some of my shelves because I'm still kind of in that mindset. But I also want to read. So I'll be doing a little of everything.
I get it. Yeah, I actually just realized that I forgot my other headphones in the back because I'm listening. I'm trying to finish The Adventures of Amina Al-Sarafi. This has taken me 2 months to read, which I love the book, but it was just one of those other things came up that I needed to spend more time doing. And so it just kept getting pushed and pushed and pushed. And so I'm finally almost done. I have 30% of the book left and I am loving it so much, but I'll have to use these super bright gaudy headphones for this sprint, but that's okay. It'll be great.
So I was gonna wait to tell you I finished Tress of the Emerald Sea.
Yeah.
I loved it. 5 stars. I loved it.
That makes me so happy because I know some people are like, yeah, it was okay. And I'm like, oh, I'm sorry that you wasted your time on it. But I am praying that Sam loves it because it feels like it was I just felt like you would really enjoy it.
Yeah.
I'm so happy.
And I listened to it, which I'm glad I did because I don't know
Yes.
why, like, reading some books that way feel slower to me, but I listened to it in 2 days, and I was,
Yeah.
like, snorting laughing at some of the
Yes.
stuff, and then something would
Yes.
happen, and I was like, "What?" And
Yes.
it was so clever and witty and
I
lighthearted,
love it.
and it was
Yes.
awesome.
It was one of those books for me, and it's still one of those books because Cody, we've been like re-listening to it because I also listen to it on audiobook. And if you have the option of listening to it with audiobook, I just highly recommend it. At first, it took me some time because the narrator's a male and he's doing a voice of a female. But once you got used to it, it was like, okay, this isn't so bad. But his voice for like some of these other characters, like Dr. Oolong, was my
Yes.
absolute favorite. And so we've been listening to it again, but I'm just like, the whole time, I'm just like, this is just a light-hearted book. And I feel like it is a great, like a lot of people would say palate cleanser, but to me, I'm also like, that one absolutely catapults me out of a reading slump anytime I try to start it. I love it. And I feel like Amina Asrafi is becoming that way, but it's a big book. So it's kind of like, you have to invest in that one. And this last week, we will get to the walking soon, guys. I'm sorry. But this last week, I actually DNF'd 2 books, which was like, when you do 2 in a row,
It's hard.
that really affects you. And I never really think about it because I'm just not one who DNFs a ton. But I just couldn't do it. And I was going to say, good thing Hannah's not here. And then she just popped in. But that's okay. I was going to say, so I started, and this isn't going to, like, you were literally just talking about your book too, just for the summer. I started Part of Your World and I couldn't finish it.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, that sounds so bad. But it was one of those, like, it's not that it was really good. Like, I loved the writing and I loved the characters so much. And then, of course, like, your goat in pajamas was super cute and all that stuff. I really, really loved that. But to me, I was like, there's just a little bit too much conversation revolving around sex almost constantly.
Which I will say, Just for the Summer is not that way.
Yeah. And I have heard that. I heard a lot of people say that, like, it kind of starts off, like, the first part of the series started off like that, and then it just kind of progressively got better. And so I was telling Cody, like, I might just go ahead and skip to Just for the Summer, which I know there might be some parts that don't make sense, but I'm not going to finish Part of Your World, you know? So it's like, oh, well.
So, like, there's not parts that are, like, ruined. It's just, like, little things where you're like, it's that and that.
Yeah,
and
like Easter eggs and stuff.
Yeah, it's just, like, connecting things, and it really doesn't ruin it, but
yeah,
it's just that little connection that you have. And even I already noticed because she's been talking about her next book, and the only reason I'm, like, latched on is because her main character, she said, is Samantha, and I was like, yes. And then there's a Samantha named in the beginning part of Just for the Summer, and I'm like, I bet you that's her.
Oh, it's the same one. Oh, that's cool. I do love when authors do that. And so I was really excited about that, but I'm like, I just can't do it. And that was also, I read Mad Honey. Well, I was reading Mad Honey. I don't know if you've ever read that one before. And it sounded really cool because it was like I think it was a mystery. I'm not 100% sure what genre this book is, to be super frank, but I just didn't. I don't know. It was weird to me when it was like, this is just going to show you how much of like a prude I can be sometimes. And I don't mean to be, but I am, because I also, as like a mom, it definitely affects me more. But like, you're in the minds of these teenagers and they're talking about, you know, how like them sleeping together and stuff like that. And I'm like, I know people do that and that's totally fine. But at the same time, like now as a mom, I'm like, this is just weird. Like, it's just weird to me. I just can't do it. Like, I just can't. It's different when it's an adult, but like teens, I don't know, it was weird. So, and there was just a lot of cursing, like a lot. And whenever you're listening to it, I realize when I'm listening to it, it affects me way more than if I'm reading it, just because you're hearing it all the time, you know, and I listen to it so fast that it's like, it's almost like every couple seconds, you're like, there's another one, you know, like you can't recover from the last one.
Yep.
So yeah, that was another one. I was like, I'm just gonna not read it. As gorgeous as that cover is, I love the Mad Honey cover. I'm just not gonna read it, but that's okay.
Yeah, I haven't read that one, but I've read a couple other by, how do you say, Jodi Picoult? Picoult?
Something like that.
Yeah, and like her books are normally like pretty abrasive in some way.
Yeah.
Because I read A Spark of Light. I didn't like that one.
Yeah.
There's a couple that I've listened to, and some I've liked more than others, definitely.
Yeah. Well, let me see. So where are we at? So for those that are just now jumping on, I'm going to be doing a walking sprint because I need you guys to help hold me accountable. And this is not the only day, like Thursday mornings every other week are not the only time I'll be walking on my walking pad, but it's the only time that I'm going to be doing it on the internet live for everybody to see. So, join me for that. But then also, if you guys aren't involved, like Hannah has over there, the comments are over there. Hannah has a book club, and there is a let's get moving. I can't remember exactly what it's called. Hannah, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but it's like move with each other or move with us or like something along those lines. But anyways, it's all about trying to be healthy and whatnot and getting our steps in and stuff like that. So we can talk about that stuff there. That would be wonderful. I also have my own Discord. I don't have a spot for this one, which I probably should, because I am running these. But anyways, we can talk about that stuff there. But if you don't want to walk, you do not have to, because once I'm done with this, you can see down below, I have our video, and it's going to run for an hour in about 9 minutes. And we are going to do that, and that will be our first sprint. And then when we're done with that, Mighty's going to pause for a second and recover. And then I'll come back and we'll have a little bit of a conversation. And then after that, I will get into a reading sprint, because I do want to read The Adventures of Amina al-Sarafi, and I want to get it finished. So this will be both of those things. And then Sam is going to be productive. So be whatever you want to be during the sprint. I don't care what you do. But if you guys are walking or running or working out or whatever you're doing, let me know over in the comments what you're planning on doing, so we can kind of check in and make sure that you're doing those things. And let me see what else. There was something else I was going to tell you guys, but I think I've already talked about it. Camera's weird. It is what it is today. Yeah, I don't remember. So I guess it wasn't a big deal. We're going to go into the comments super quick. There's not a ton of them, so we'll get through them. Hello, Susan. So happy that you are here. And I hope that this is a great sprint. I hope you guys enjoy it. It's definitely just something, honestly, selfishly for me, it's to make sure that I actually do my walking, because I need to do it. Good morning, Jess. How are you? Hi, Amy. Good morning. You're on your walking pad too. That's awesome. Getting those steps and trying to finish up a light work project. I love it. I love also that I did not know that these were called walking pads when I bought one. And I was like, what is a walking pad? Whenever people were like, oh, did you get one? And I'm like, no. And I was like, oh yeah, that is what this is. I was just calling it a treadmill, but whatever. You're currently reading to 11:22:63. But okay, is that the book title? I'm confused as what that means. Or am I just misunderstanding what that means? I'm not sure. But anything by Stephen King, I've never read. Just so we're all clear. I've never read, because I am a sissy when it comes to anything horror. Good morning, sweetie. Currently sitting in a coffee shop and reading 6 Feet Deep Dish. I'll get a walk in later tonight. I love that. I am so intrigued by 6 Feet Deep Dish, and I keep seeing it places, and I want to buy it. But I'm technically on a buying ban, which Hannah was too, and she still bought books. So I feel like I should probably go buy some.
Hannah did it.
Yeah, so I can too. Good morning, Erica. You're spending your morning reading and coming up with ideas to finally start a channel. Ooh, girl, you're going to be getting it soon. Yeah, sometimes, I realized I had all these ideas when I started my channel. And then after that, I was like, oh, yeah, you have to, keep coming up with ideas. And so I would say that's probably one of the hardest, one of the hardest parts with the channel is just figuring out what content to do when as well, because sometimes you're like, this sounds great, but then you realize, well, that's going to take a while to do, or it takes no time at all or whatever. So yeah, best of luck. And if you have any questions, let us know. We would be more than happy to help you, Erica. Hello, Jennifer. You're going to be working out this first month. I love it. Get it, girl. It is too good. Okay, I figured you've probably read that book. But you've read a lot of cozy mysteries, which I like. Yes, it's the book title. Okay, it's about going back in time to prevent the assassination of President JFK. Oh, my goodness, that actually sounds really good. You were on a ban too. Spent 20 at Barnes and Noble the other day. Wow, that ban went real well for you. Which I can't say anything. We took my friends to Tulsa, which is close to us, and they have a bookstore called Gardner's, and I talk about that store like incessantly because I love that bookstore. And we had a lot of credit because we got rid of a lot of books. So we had like $200 worth of credit. And so I figured, well, I mean, if my friends are here, I might as well look for books. And I will have you guys know that I found a cozy mystery section and I stocked up. Wasn't supposed to, but technically, I did not spend any of my own money on it. But I do now have less space on my shelves, which was not the point. The sprint or the whole like book buying ban was because I don't have a lot of space, but oh well.
See, that's what I do is I tell myself I can't buy anything. And then it just makes me like, once I do, then I'm like, I spend a ton. And it's like, okay, I just need to be like mindful and let myself have 1 or 2 books every now and then. Because if I don't, I will just like go after so long and then make up for all the time I didn't.
Yeah. Or I'll like tell myself, well, you read one of your own books. You really deserve like 10 more. You know, it's ridiculous. It's so funny. Okay, well, we're going to go ahead and get started because I dread anything working out, which is super funny. I don't know if you guys saw, they did that like on the Instagram the other day. It was a like where were you at in like 2017 or something? Like you posted a picture, and I had people that were messaging me because I don't know if y'all saw the picture that I shared. Did y'all see it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. So I had a lot of people, and they were like, "Was that really you?" And I was like, "Yeah, girls. I used to be a bodybuilder, like legit." And I think that ruined me because I was like, I lived in the gym, it felt like. And so now I'm like, oh, any work I don't want to do, which is, yeah, it's so silly, but it's true. So anyways, we're going to go ahead and get started. I'm going to, rearrange everything on here so that way we have our walking trail. If you've never walked on a walking pad with these trails, I do recommend starting off a little slow because sometimes when the cameras are shifting and you're not used to it, it will make you feel, and maybe it's just because I'm also doing this on a boat, which also I have to take into consideration with my treadmill. Guys, first time I walked on my treadmill, I had it set up where my dog is right there, but I had it like long ways. And I'm over here like leaning. I couldn't figure out what was going on. And I was like, oh yeah, you're on a boat. Like your boat naturally leans backwards a little bit because it's heavier weight back there because of all my books. And so I have to like adjust how I walk on my treadmill. Things you never think about doing on a boat. So anyways, and you might see, I've never walked right here before. So I might have to like stop and try and adjust stuff because sometimes my walking pad will move. But anyways, all that to say, please be careful. Be mindful of walking and all that jazz. And then let us get started. It's like not wanting to work. Hold on a second. There we go. There we go. All right, let's go, guys. Okay, welcome back. I feel disgusting. Oh my goodness, look at Jubilee over here in the corner. Can y'all see her? Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
She's being cute. Yeah, I'm like, gross. I thought I was at a really good spot because like we have an AC system or like one of the floor bins like right here, but we have a shelf over it. So it kind of like shoots it towards me. And I was like, this can be great. But it was only like keeping my ankles cool. And so I'm like, my head is like, it's so gross. It is so gross. Jubilee. Oh my goodness. You're so silly.
But hey, you did it.
I did. I am exhausted. I did not think like just walking an hour was going to wear me out that much. But every time, like every week, I try to progress the speed a little bit more because like your body will get used to it. And so I was at like a 2.5 speed and I was like, my little legs, they're short. You know, I'm only 5'2", so I'm real short. And so my little legs were just trying to keep up. And so I'm tired. But it was good. I was able to, I'm not sure how much I got through it, but yeah, I was able to get through, it looks like 15% more on my book of Amina Asrafi, which is great. So now I have 20% left, right? Yes. Yeah, and I am loving it. It's such a good book. It really is. How about you, Sam? How'd yours go?
Yeah, I just got sucked into my book. Like so much is happening. Um, I only have like 40 pages. I don't even think it's 40. Yeah, like 38 pages left of just for the summer, and it's so good.
Yeah,
I'm feeling like really attached to it, but I'm not sobbing or like crying as much as I normally do. And I don't know if that's because like I knew kind of the not like necessarily tropes, but kind of like the plot, not even the plot. I just knew some of the main themes, I guess. And so
yeah,
I'm not shocked by it as much, but I'm still loving it.
yeah, yeah. That makes sense. That makes sense. And you sound like everybody else when they read that book, where they're like, it really is just as good as everyone's saying it is.
Well, it's about like this is what everyone has said is it's complicated family dynamics, and I feel like most people can relate to that in some way, shape, or form. Um, yeah, and so like I resonate with that, and just like some of the overall things that happen, it's like I can understand. And yeah, I cried in the middle of it at something that wasn't related, but like I read oh my gosh, I'm going blank. On her backlist, it's part of like it's the one before happily the friend zone. I was like, it's right
Yeah,
before it. I read the friend zone and I sobbed that one, but I think
yeah,
it's because of like what I've been going through and certain things happen and it just like took me back to that place. And
yeah.
thankfully, the stuff that happens in this, I'm like, I've been there. I've dealt with it. I don't like feel the need to sob as much right now about it.
Right.
But I cry
Oh,
for everything.
yeah.
So
Same.
doesn't take a lot.
I am a sympathetic crier. So, like in my last video, I'm talking about infertility. So we've been dealing with that. And I was editing the video and watching myself cry made me cry. And I'm like, I'm fine now. But like when I look at anybody crying, I will cry. Or if like in the book, they're sobbing, I'm like, oh, I'm going to sob too. It doesn't make any sense.
No,
Yeah.
I
I'm a
totally
very,
get it. I'll be honest, I haven't watched that video yet because I like just reading the title, I was like, I can't. I will start just
yeah.
bawling right now. I need to have
Yeah.
like a good time to like watch this and
Hey, and
that's
that
how I
is,
am.
yeah, that is okay. It is definitely, I wasn't expecting it to be as hard as it was to video, but it was, and that's okay. That's okay. Um, okay, so reading sprints went good for both of us, slash walking sprint. I survived. I'm here. I'm still breathing. That's great. Yeah, so I feel like that was good. So we're going to look at some of these comments real quick. And then, hi, Donna. You're finally here. That is so exciting because you're walking and working on your, hold on, because you're working and walking on your walking pad at the same time. You thought for the last like 30 minutes that this was a Zoom meeting. That would be a pretty good Zoom meeting, though, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Also, your cat is sitting behind you, busily trying to catch the moving treadmill pad. Oh my goodness. Which one is this? So she has 3 cats, and there's Foxtrot, which is like the only boy, and he's the cutest little cross-eyed kitty. I love him so much, but he doesn't want cuddles. And I'm like, you are built for cuddling, but you won't let me cuddle you. And then she has November, who is just a wild cat. She's wild. And then we make fun of this other one. Her name's Italics, but we call her Isosceles just because. And she's just this little black cat, and she's so much fun. But which one is it, Donna? I have a feeling it's probably Isosceles. Good morning. How are you? I was literally thinking about you this morning because I was like, it's been forever since I've seen you. Well, not seen you, but like, seen you on here and talked to you. So yeah, not your car. Remember to hydrate and hug the like button. Yes, I am hydrating hardcore, especially during this heat that we have here.
See, we're getting like it's cold. Well, cold. It's in the 70s here, which it's been in the like high 80s, 90s. And I'm like wearing a hoodie outside because I'm cold. It's been a huge change.
That sounds so good. I'm at that point where I'm like, I am dreaming of fall because it is just so hot here. Because I want to say, like, we're finally I mean, what is it today? Well, that's telling, I don't, it's telling me like my stocks. I don't do stocks, but it keeps bringing it up. I'm like, all I want to know is the weather. Okay, so it's 82 degrees here today. So that's not bad at all. That's actually like really cold for us for right now. Because usually at this time of year, it's like up in 100, almost 110. Like
That's
it's
wild.
crazy. Yeah, so that's
crazy.
crazy. All right, Jennifer, you got your workout done. Congratulations. You're going to make a protein shake and shower. Do it, girl. I'm going to have to shower soon, too, because I am ripe. This is so cute that your cat is trying to catch it. Yeah. Her kitties. Oh, it was Novi. Okay, so you walked 2 miles and finished a smaller project for work. Good job, Amy. Look at you being all productive. And it's even earlier over there. She's 2 hours, I believe 2 hours behind us. So I'm like, you got all this done? And it's not even 9:30. Girlfriend.
It's a good day.
I wish I was that productive, but I'm not. Okay, yeah. Novi, of course, the weirdo. Yeah. Italics is sad that you made her name mathematic. That was Cody's doing. And then I just could never remember which one it was, which is why it's now like, okay, well, now it's isosceles because I do know the difference. But yeah, anyways, her actual name is Italics, but that was Cody's fault. Yeah, you were off chats for almost 2 weeks because you had a migraine. Oh, girl, I'm sorry. What a way to start your birthday month. No kidding. But better now. I'm so happy I caught these. Well, good. Good. Has your birthday already passed or is it like coming up? Because happy birthday either way. But that's exciting. / I'm sorry that you had to deal with that.
It's this weather. Because I had one and I felt like I was going to get one these like last couple days when it's like the up and down in pressure.
Yeah.
And Christina is in northern Michigan, so we have the same weather. We don't.
Basically
it's colder up there, but
yeah. Oh my goodness. Oh, it's the 27th. Okay, so it's coming up. That is exciting. That is exciting. You have to tell us if you have any big plans or anything like that. But yeah, man. Well, I am happy that you're feeling better. Phoenix back there. My goodness. Yes, it is the weather. Your head is a barometer. Oh, hey. Okay, so fun fact, guys. So, and this, it made me think of you two because we always have, which we're not going to start this long conversation about them again, but it made me think about the carnivals and stuff, the festivals. But the Patreons, we went ahead and like chose our books for the rest of the year, and we're going to be reading the Farm to Table Murders. We're going to be reading the first one, which is what started this entire conversation. So I'm like, okay, we're finally going to read a cozy mystery that has to do with this thing that I'm absolutely obsessed with. So
that's awesome. I didn't know it was called Farm to Table.
Yeah, it's the first one. I don't remember what the next ones are, but I'm pretty sure the one that actually started this was like maybe the third in the series because it had to do with a cherry festival. And that's when I was like, that's a thing. And, you know, my world opened up. My bubble was popped. I was like, wow, okay, who knew? So to be fair, you're not even slightly productive after 7 to 8 p.m. You're getting ready to sleep. But then that, you know, I get it. Cody puts Piper down at 7:30 because that's like my time for me to have a couple of minutes just to myself and, you know, not to have constant talking because she's at that age where she just doesn't stop talking. I love her to death, but she doesn't stop talking. And then Cody comes home and he wants to be around a person because he works by himself. And I'm like, I do too, but I also want quiet, you know? And so anyway, so I'm by myself. And then by the time he lays back down, it's like maybe 8 o'clock. And I'm like, I just want to lay in bed now. Like there's going to be we don't plan anything productive after Piper goes to bed because it's just not going to happen for me. Not at all. But then I'll be up until super late because I have PCOS is weird. It makes you tired during the day and then awake at night. It is 68 degrees here. What? That's like winter here. That is insane. 68 degrees.
Oh, it's 68 years.
I'm so excited.
For me too.
Oh my goodness. What?
It's
That's
chilly.
Just crazy. Yeah, I would be. Oh, that is definitely the sweater weather. You're already in it. And I'm like, I'm really jealous though.
I mean, to me, it's like perfect gardening weather because then you're not sweating and dying in the heat. But that's what I was like, I should take the dogs on a walk today. I haven't been able to because unless I go like first thing in the morning, it's too hot to take them.
Yeah.
Because we have like all pavement, but we have like a big grass yard. So then I just play with them in the yard
Yeah.
instead. But I've been wanting to take them on walks because one, I've also been trying to walk more. And on my sprints last Saturday with April, I said I wanted to do a Run Disney, and April used to do Run Disneys all the time. And she's like, for my 40th birthday, which is 2 years away, she's like, let's do it. And she's like, we're going to do the half marathon. I have never run a half marathon in my entire life. I've done a 10K, but it was like the Tough Mudder. So there's obstacles. So we didn't really
Yeah.
run.
Right.
So she's like, you have 2 years, you have no excuse. And I'm like, if I don't start soon, I'm not going to be
I
able
will
to.
not be prepared. I totally get that. Cody he used to run marathons, and he's really wanting to do a marathon in December. And I'm like, you haven't ran since Piper was born. Like that's 4 years. And he's like, I'll be fine. And I'm like, chances are he actually will be, and he will make it. Whereas I'm like, no, just like you, give me 2 years notice.
Yeah.
And I will be mostly prepared by then. I still won't be all the way there. I hate running so much. I've always hated running.
Man, I like short running. I've never done anything like that long, so I don't even remotely know if I would enjoy it, if I'm capable of it. Like
right?
I could walk that long, but not running.
Yeah. Well, and for me, I'm like, I don't do anything that lasts that long. Like even binge watching stuff, I'm like, no, I need a break. Like I don't want to run for like 4 or 5 hours straight. Like I don't do anything that long. Oh my goodness. Yeah, Jubilee's back here and Phoenix is back there too, just being silly. They literally, Jubilee, the brown one over here, like I said, she's a nuisance because she will take our blankets off of the couch, and that is what they're now laying on. Is all of the blankets they're not supposed to be laying on. Yep. She's a turd. You don't plan anything productive after supper. Yep. Why? It is the perfect temp. I'm really jealous of you guys. And it's only 49%. So okay, now I'm actually intrigued. I need to know what our humidity is. I don't know if this will tell me. Oh, that didn't work. It just took me to something completely different. Because it can be cooler here, but the humidity is absolutely wretched. And it doesn't help, obviously, like it gets even more humid on our boat because water. But
it's still 61% humidity for me.
Our humidity is 62%. So yeah, it feels like it's 86 degrees, which I mean, that's still really good for us, actually. I'll take it. Okay, well, we're going to go ahead and jump onto another sprint. I'm going to not be on the video because I really need to get some stuff done, and I'm going to hopefully shower, but it just kind of depends on how I get things done. But anyways, so we're going to do an hour. Sam, does that work for you, doing an hour-long sprint?
I should be able to finish my book.
Yes, I like longer sprints. Sometimes I like the short ones, don't get me wrong, but like during the day, it's just easier to have a long sprint because it can take me some time to get into whatever I'm doing. Mm-hmm. So we're going to do an hour-long one. I have a new background. Let me pull it up. Dun, dun, dun. Sorry, I got to do everything on this side. So now share this one. Share. Let's make this full screen. I don't need that. There we go. Alrighty. So we will be back in an hour.
Perfect.
Hello.
Oh. They're like, who's here?
Jubilee, Phoenix, there's literally no one right there. They're the best, worst guard dogs. Guys, that was just me. Oh my goodness. Anyways, how was that sprint for you?
Good. I didn't finish my book though because I talked to my mom for a little bit and then I made lunch. So I only have like 10 pages left.
You're so close.
I know. I will finish today. And that's all that
Yeah.
was like the overall goal. It's just finishing today.
I only got like 5% more listened to, so I really didn't get that far because Cody called and we were talking for a while, and we're leaving for like a weekend vacation or whatever tomorrow, and so it was like trying to plan what's going to happen for the rest of today and tomorrow or whatever. So anyway, so yeah, we didn't get a whole lot of reading done, but that's okay. That's okay. I'm happy that I was able to also just kind of relax. Like my legs are like jelly right now, which is fun, but not fun. So anyways, okay. Now I'm like nervous of talking because that like absolutely freaked them out. Oh my goodness.
My dogs do the same thing because I'm so quiet all day and I wear headphones most of the time that sometimes as soon as I start talking or like I answer the phone, the dogs are like, what?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and they were both like snoring. So they were like hardcore asleep. And sometimes we have a problem where on boats, they'll be like with different types of fish or whatever, and they'll come and try to eat things off the bottom of your boat. So you'll hear them like thump on the boat, right? But since we're technically like 2 layers on our boat, it sounds really far away. And so then the dogs are like barking because they think somebody's knocking.
Mm-hmm.
So it's basically all day. My dogs just bark, which is super fun. But yeah, anyways, so we're going to just check a couple comments and then we're going to sign off for the day. That way I can go get some stuff done because I do have to get stuff done before we leave tomorrow. And Piper's not here. My mom has her. So I'm like, I can actually get quite a bit done. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I saw that Donna was leaving. Love you too. She's going on vacation with us, which I'm very excited about.
That's fun.
And in April, she was just popping in to say hi. She's triple booked today with work and other things. My goodness. Well, I'm super thankful that she just came and supported and said hello. April's like one of the sweetest humans alive. She really April. Is. You got to 73% of Peaches and Scream. Oh my gosh. Peaches and Scream. Is that a Laura Childs book? That kind of sounds like a Laura Childs book to me. But it sounds wonderful either way. And Jennifer, you listened to about 4 chapters of Mockingjay for the Hunger Games readathon and folded laundry. I did not realize the Hunger Games readathon was happening because I've just like lived under a rock for a little bit, I guess. I don't know. And I'm really sad because it's like the last time I read Hunger Games was when the movies were coming out. So it's been a hot minute and I really want to reread them, but I'll just have to do it another time. It's fine. You are very welcome. We had a good time. Thank you guys for coming. And for those who also like wanted to do the walking, that was fun / not fun. But yes, I'm definitely hydrating as well. And Amy, you ate a sandwich and washed your hair, which is definitely a project. Thank you for the sprints. You're welcome. Yeah. And I bet that it is an entire chore washing your hair. So yeah, I don't have that much, so it doesn't take me that long. And I'm sure we're going to, okay, Susan Furlong. It just sounds like a Laura Childs book, though. They do the Hunger Games readathon twice a year. Oh, my goodness. As if I literally just talked to him. And he's like, hey, let me call you guys. Anyways, well, I'll have to do it on the next one. And hopefully I'll have to plan for it. But we got some bigger things coming down the road. Can't tell you guys anything yet. But we got a couple things coming down that will probably make it to where I just can't participate in readathons for a little while. But that's okay. And we did not get signed up for it this time, but we are going through the series as a family anyway this month. I love that. I love that you do so much family reading. We try that with Piper, and she's just like, okay. She just wants to read the same book that has like the same 5 pages over and over and over again. I can't stand it because...
Yeah. That's how I remember when I would babysit my one cousin. She picked this book and I was like, it wasn't like a children's book. It was like dry and like I couldn't even pronounce half the words. It was like an old English children's book. And I have no idea how like my cousin got it for her daughter. And I remember she always wanted to read it. And I was like, thank goodness no one can hear me reading this to her because I couldn't pronounce half the words. I was like, I felt stupid.
Yeah.
And then when my cousin came home that night, she's like, oh, how'd she do? And I was like, it was good. We read like the same book over and over. And she's like, what book is it? And I told her, and she's like, oh, that one's awful. We tried to hide that one.
She tricked you. She knew.
Yeah. And she's like, we're going to get this one out for her when Sam comes over.
Yes. Yeah. When we have read enough of the same book, we will hide the book because it's like, I mean, I'm pretty sure for like a month straight, we had to read Goldilocks and the Three Bears. And literally, I'm like, it never changes. It's the same story. And I grew up listening to this story. So like, I know it really well, you know? Oh,
Yeah.
it was something. It was something.
Heard it a time or two.
Yeah. Okay. And I just saw that you said that. I didn't even notice it. All the G always pops in there when I type readathon. And so it's readathon. That's funny. I didn't even notice when I saw that, but how funny. That's true. Your kiddo is older. Maybe Piper will get there one day. When he was little, he could not read to him. We could not read to him at all. He would grab it and read it in his own language. Yes, Piper tries to read. And she's like, Mom, you're telling me the story wrong. And I'm like, I literally can see the words and you don't know what they are. But whatever. Miss Independent. That's fine. And that's the first time you've participated. You've reread the series a few times. I've never reread it. And I really want to because I loved it the first time. But I've always been interested, like, what would I think now? Because I know how things are going. But then I still haven't read Ballads of Songbirds and Snakes or whatever that one is. I haven't read it. And so I need to read that one and then read the series over because it's like a prequel, I'm pretty sure, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's Snow like when he was younger. So I don't know. Maybe I'll do that down the road, but I have no plans.
I never reread them either. And I loved them when they came out. But then now I just am like, I liked them, but I just haven't had like an urge to reread them.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we just got them from I say just, like we got them from the thrift store like a couple months ago. But so now we have all of them. So I should read them. But I don't know. I'm like, man, I'm barely getting through my list of books for this month. And so, yeah.
Well, I re-listened to ACOTAR because I'm doing like themed like product drop and I just wanted to re-listen to it. And I felt like that took up so much of my time and I was only listening to it. But compared to like, oh my gosh, I have all these new books I need to read. Just re-listening to a series, I was like, that took a huge chunk of my like normal reading time up.
Yes.
And so it didn't feel like I read anything, even though I was rereading them. But
right. Yeah. And I feel like this month I've ended up with, I mean, a couple of DNFs, but like big books, just chunkers. And I'm like, it's not like I planned that. I didn't mean to. I usually try to not do that, like maybe 2 of them within a month. But things were happening where it's like, oh, hey, this weight that you had on Libby for months finally came in. And you're like, well, shoot, now I have to use that. Otherwise, I'm going to lose it, you know? And so it's just like, yeah, it's been crazy. So now I think I'm finally caught up with all of my Libby stuff. So I can finally actually start reading my TBR that I set for this month. Like, what are we, day 18? That's good. Yeah, the 18th, and I'm just now really getting started. So, oh well. And Jennifer says that you should read the series first, then read the prequel. Okay. Either way, I'm excited to read it. I do. I don't own that one, but I do have the audiobook for it, so I should just listen to it one day. Oh, there's my hubs. You're working your way through the Way of Kings series. Yep, quite a while riding, definitely a chunk. He's talking to me about it constantly, and I'm like, now I'm getting confused because you were reading Wheel of Time, and now you're also reading Way of Kings. And so when he talks to me about it, I'm like, I'm not sure which one we're talking about. Yes. Yeah. I get very, very distracted with those ones because it's like, and the names sound very similar to me because I don't know who they are, and technically they're both somewhat, one's written by Brandon Sanderson and the other one's halfway written by Brandon Sanderson. So it's like, I don't know. But he is making his way through those. And I'm like, well, good for you. I'm not doing that yet. You're very productive. Babe, I am so proud of you. He went and he's bringing home the bacon.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, every time I talk about Wheel of Time, it does happen to be whenever you're here, which is funny. You have to get back to the Wheel of Time series. Yeah, I'm planning on reading them next year. So starting in January, I will read the first one. And I'm like excited and not excited all at the same time because that's a big commitment, I feel like. But oh well. Well, anyways, I have so much stuff I need to get done. So we're going to call it a day, but I'm so thankful for everybody that hung out with us and that spent time with us. And Sam, thank you so much for being here and for spending your time with us. I love your little reading corner, by the way. It's just like, it's so peaceful.
I had to move a bunch of stuff to sit there because I'm sitting in my like office chair and I'm like, I literally have a reading nook. But so because I have corner windows, they're super cute. I love quirky things like that. Mm-hmm. However, the rest of my room has no natural sunlight. So taking like product pictures is like impossible. And so then I end up piling and staging everything by this window so I can get pictures. Otherwise, I have to take them outside, which sometimes I do too, but it's been raining so much. So I was just like, that was the first time I used it in a while. But now it's clean. Now I should technically.
It looks so cute. It was like perfect, especially with this backdrop that we have going on. It was like perfect for it because you have all your leaves and stuff. And agreed.
Yeah. Oh, my plants are wild. I literally had to put one on my TV and hang it over because it was hanging down like all the way through here.
Yeah. That's amazing.
Love them, but they're chaotic.
I can't keep my plants alive to get that long. So I just use fake ones. That's literally all I have because I just cannot keep houseplants alive. Yeah, she says there's so much light, which I totally agree. That's what I was thinking. I was like, man, that's just like a very well lit place. It's wonderful. But yeah, I guess the rest of the room, not so much.
Only this corner. On my opposite end where I have like my cute backdrop when I was trying to do like intros for YouTube videos like a couple of years ago, it's so dark.
Yeah.
It's so dark.
Wow. Well, I'm happy you're able to use it anyways as a little reading nook. It was so cute. But we will see you guys in the next one. I'll have a sprint. Well, I have a for those that are still here, I am meeting with or having like a live interview with the author Hannah Linder. If you guys don't know who she is, so that I know, I'm so excited. It'll be Monday at 3 p.m. Central Standard Time. And then we'll have a regular Tuesday night sprint next week as well at 7:30. We might start bumping that up a little earlier. I don't know. It might have to wait for a little bit. But anyways, all that to say, we'll have some sprints next week. But Sam, thank you again for being here, and we will see you guys later. Bye.